Hi, I'm Glenn Berry, and you're on site with Atma Environmental. The focus of today's video is on asbestos. We've spoken in other contaminated land management videos in this series about the importance of carefully managing your site to control costs during its development. So with asbestos, we're looking at a number of things here that we'll take you through. The first is identification, the second is assessment, and the last point is remediation, should it come to that. First of all, looking behind us, you can see an asbestos-clad structure, clearly in not very good condition. And at this point of the process, it's important to obtain an audit of all the structures prior to demolition so that you can identify where and how much asbestos is present and take steps to avoid that contaminating the land during its demolition. So where asbestos and demolition have not been properly managed, we start escalating the problem. You see, if the asbestos finds its way into the demolition debris, such as we have back here, all of that waste needs to be handled and managed as asbestos contaminated material, and your costs just begin to escalate straight away. Now, for identification and demolition purposes, we're considering two main types of asbestos, either bonded or friable. The bonded asbestos can be on sheeting such as this, installed in floor tiles, part of electrical switchboards. If it's friable asbestos, it can be in pipe lagging and so forth. But clearly the condition of the asbestos has a bearing on how much it's going to cost to remove it from the structure. With assessing sites for asbestos contamination, the first thing that we're really interested in is the site history. Where had there been sheds located previously on the property? What dates had those been pulled down possibly? And what is the likelihood of there being asbestos contamination on the site? Next thing is to do a careful visual inspection at all points on the property. And if that's turning up asbestos, we might augment that with bulk sampling of soil at certain locations or on a grid across the site. If that turns up the contamination and confirms it, then we might be looking at site decontamination. Yep. All right, I mentioned previously the importance of managing the demolition process to avoid getting asbestos into the site. There are, of course, situations where it's already in the site and it just needs to be managed and cleaned up. Behind me we've got a situation where we are remediating a stockpile of soil using a power screening machine to separate out the coarse asbestos fraction from the finer soil, thereby minimizing the amount of soil which needs to be handled as a Category C asbestos contaminated soil, controlling costs. So with this on-site video dealing with asbestos contamination at sites, we've covered a number of aspects. But the one key item I'd like viewers to have after watching this video is how critical it is to importantly manage the whole process from front to back to avoid wholly avoidable extra costs in your development, where it gets out of the structures and into the soil. This can save you hundreds of thousands of dollars over the lifetime of your project. Atma Environmental has had years of experience dealing with contaminated sites and asbestos issues. And if you're looking for a consultant to maximize your return on investment, I'm inviting you to contact us to see what we can do